you go. Do it. Do it.
Stand.
Okay. Hola, as you heard, my name is Julie D. Kennedy, and I'm a lead UI technical artist at Build a Rocket Boy. And I just want to talk about that job role a little bit, my journey into it, and why I think that it is a particularly cool job role, populated by the coolest people. But I want to talk about it just because it's a little bit niche, and sometimes I feel like job roles kind of like this, it's very difficult to find out that they exist. It took me 6 years to find out that this job existed, and unless you've got that window into development, which not everybody does, you can it can completely pass you by. So I'll talk a little bit first about how I got here. About 6 years into UI art, I realised that something was just kind of going a little bit wrong. I'd always enjoyed the act of construction more than the act of conceptualization, and this was starting to really panic me. I was sat there being like, oh my gosh, I'm a fake creative, I'm terrible, what if I don't actually like UI, what if I don't like games? Which is probably something like 90% of games people tell themselves at some point. It's like, secretly I do hate this. And really I just wanted to retreat to the country and sell plants to people at a cafe. And that bit's still true. But there was no need to panic. This was actually Silly Goose Talk, the Silly Goose Convention. The only thing that had happened is that I'd been making for 6 years, and what happens when you make for that long is you start to realise the bits that you really enjoy and the bits that actually aren't for you. So all I needed to do actually was just shugo myself a little bit over towards tech. However, I didn't know that that was a thing, so I did what everybody does. I had a bit of a crisis. I started Googling things and looking for things online. And I can't remember what studio it actually was, but I saw it, big lights, UI technical artist, and it was kind of like a slap in the face moment with a fish. It was kind of like when you're a kid and you find out dinosaurs exist, and you're like, oh, I want to be a stegosaurus too. Except it was me just like going to taking a laptop and being like, look, UI tech, that's me. So I wanted to go to there. And now I am there, and I'm incredibly lonely, and I want to convince you all to join me, because there's not many of us, and I'd like us to be more. The job's starting to pop up in studios across the UK, so it's a really good time. Don't do that. Don't even do that.
Halfway, it's okay.
Okay, cool. I just see motion like a T-Rex. So what does a UI technical artist actually do? So on one side, you've got your UI artist. They've got these gorgeous concepts. We love to see them. It looks so pretty. Hold on. I need hands. Artists here, programmers here, the most beautiful data classes and C++ classes that you've ever seen in your life. My job is to go and make those two things come together. And for me personally, this is kind of where the magic happens. Because not only am I supposed to make a UI at the end of the day, but if I do my job really, really well, I start to bridge that gap between those two people. And I start to create a situation where they can get as involved in the process as they want. And this is where it starts to kind of overlap with my other big passion in games, and that is accessibility. Got a bummer. So we all understand that games should be for everyone, and we're all big fans of accessible UI design. Like, we all go in and change the subtitles and turn the text up and everything. That's amazing. Stop it. But there's the other side of that, because not only should playing games be for everyone, but I genuinely believe creating games should also be for everyone. And my job as a technical artist is to create that development environment that's accessible and approachable to everyone who wants to engage with it. So if I can create that, I can create a space where people, regardless of skill level, can come in, they can create content, they can grow while they do it, and they can learn. Because if I create that, what I can do is I can allow other people to shugo when they decide that it's coming. And I can allow a space where people can not only come in easier, but they can also stay for a little bit longer. And that's kind of it. I don't really have a big point. I'm just super nervous of this man. If you are a studio who really wants to invest in your user interface pipeline, please consider a UI technical artist today. Or if you're a UI artist who's kind of similar to me and is looking to take that shugo, please come and talk to me or send me photos. That's me.